Hello, welcome to the stream today. Hope you're doing well. Today I'm playing a mobile phone game from 2007. It's Lego Star Wars 2. Now, there's a lot of Lego Star Wars games, but there's only, there's two of them on Java phones. I think I've featured this briefly on stream before, but today I'm just going to play the whole thing. I didn't... Whoa. That's louder than I remembered. Well, I'm sure you know the story of Star Wars, but it's a period of civil war. Paragraph break. Rebel spies have managed to steal secret plans to the Empire's ultimate weapon, the Death Star. Princess Leia has placed the information vital to the survival of the rebellion into the memory system of an R2 unit, just before she was captured and forced to witness the destruction of her home planet Alderaan. Hang on a sec, this scroll is a little longer than it usually is. What's going on here? Little does she know that Destiny took a farm boy named Luke on board the same armored space station, along with the very droid that can restore freedom to the galaxy. Good old R2. Yeah, so we kind of skip about half the movie, I guess. Lego Star Wars 2 was based on the original trilogy. This game is based on, well, I guess like one sequence of the movie, the first movie. It's entirely set on the Death Star. Let's explore our options, shall we? I've got some key bindings set up here. Whoops. Mirror mode. Okay, interesting. Well, we'll leave that off for now. Back. About. Lego Star Wars 2. Designed, developed, and ported by Universomo. I'll tell you more about them later, but they're pretty cool. Published by TT Games, Traveller's Tales, the main developer of Lego games in this era. The era lasted until, I don't know, sometime last year. When Lego started kind of expanding again on who would get the license. Lucasfilm, pre-Disney. Trademarks. I love trademarks. They're so much fun. Alright. Oh, there's a lot here. Okay. Mission. You kind of have to read these on mobile games a lot of the time. They're kind of a replacement for the manual in these days. But the games themselves are so light on presentation normally that having this supplemental text is really helpful. Rescue Princess Leia and escape from the Death Star. Collect all Lego studs for a Rebel Alliance award. Well, they do need funding, I suppose. Now, I've bound all of these to a controller for maximal comfort for myself. Many operations are done with one key. Wait. Oh. The more just like moves everything down by one line and it says where applicable, because not all characters can do all things. You can control up to 3 Lego characters. Solving the puzzles requires you to use all the 3 characters. Luke can push Lego blocks to create new pathways and bridges. R2-D2 can operate doors and elevators by using the wall sockets. He can't move on studded surfaces, just like Daleks. Leia is good at laser combat. She will take down enemies while you're controlling the other characters. Oh, so she has a passive ability to fight if you're swapped to someone else, apparently. That's cool. Collect all studs from a level to get a Rebel Alliance award. Get all awards for mirrored levels. This feature will be available in the options menu. Oh, okay, so we need to unlock mirror mode. Alright, let's get into it. I'll note at this point that I'm playing the 240 by 320 version. This was the largest version I could find, so it's kind of the premium release. There's other SKUs that have different screen resolutions, so the smallest it gets down to is the usual 128 by 128. I checked that one version out, and it's basically identical, so I don't think it's going to provide a significantly different experience for the sake of the stream. So yeah, let's get into it. So this is just a cutscene that is masquerading as a level. That seems a bit loud. I'm going to turn it down a bit. We got this MIDI blaring here. If somebody turns up, I'll ask them how the audio balance is. I usually rely on the volume bars in OBS. Now note that my health actually goes down during this fight in the cutscene. But yeah, we've beaten up the stormtroopers and taken their uniforms, neglecting the helmets, but that's okay. For the sake of the game, this is an acceptable compromise, I think. You must find R2-D2. Remember, the Force will be with you, always. So he just wandered off. Hello? Oh, yeah. It's because I clicked on a different window. I lost control. So I often play mobile phone games through Carvey Break, which is a very convenient front-end interface that has archived a bunch of stuff. It's a lot like Flashpoint, which is similar for Flash games. This game is not on Carvey Break, but I had other sources to find it, luckily. I couldn't get it running in my usual mobile emulator, which is K-Emulator, so I'm using Micro Emulator instead. So it's good to have a variety of tools at your disposal if you want to play something specific. The first LEGO Star Wars game, which you might recall if you've watched far back in my archive, is a more straightforward action game set during Episode 3. That is on Carvey Break, but this one isn't. Try shooting the glass Lego bricks. Will do. We also have the switch button, but only if we've found R2-D2. Haha. Oops. Luckily we have lots of health to get through. And we have a new music track in the background in this section too. Collect all Lego studs for a Rebel Alliance award. What's interesting about the studs in this version, I don't know if they're actually called studs. They're the little square ones. They're like 1x1 plates. Normally in a Lego game, you're collecting round studs, which are actually called studs. Bit of a quality control lapse there, perhaps. Makes me want to revisit the original Lego Star Wars game and see what happened there, because I don't remember much about it, to be honest. I remember I compared it to Dark Souls because you could open shortcuts. Facetiously, I said that. Alright, we actually got all the studs there. We got our Rebel Alliance award. So let's continue. I do like that there's a kind of dynamic music system when you get into a combat situation with a stormtrooper. A new music track starts playing. That's pretty cool for a mobile game. Because, yeah, I don't know about you, but usually my expectations for mobile games are pretty low, considering the technology and how they were kind of pumped out without much I don't know, quality control, perhaps, is a word I said before. But yeah, whenever they do something that is a little bit interesting, I'm impressed. Oh, Gibbon's here. Hello, Gibbon. How you doing? This is LEGO Star Wars 2 on the mobile phone. Java 2 Micro Edition. I did find the exit, but we're still missing 5 studs. What's up with that? Are there secrets or something? Because the levels are made up of just the one room, right? If I go through here... Please wait. Yeah, that was the whole level. Oh well, I don't mind. This is not 100% run. But I'll try to do so when I can. Push the Lego block out of your way. It glides on any smooth surface, but sticks to Lego studs. And we do that with the button. Right, so it's a kind of stealth system. When they notice you is when the music starts playing. Whoa! A little bit of Metal Gear. Alrighty. Push the Lego block back to create a bridge. Indeed. If you get stuck, just restart the level from the pause menu. Thank you, useful help bubble. Yeah, so the reason I wanted to try this one out is because it's different to other Lego games because of it. It's more of a puzzle game. And I think this is a good concession to the platform that it's on. Like, you can't... It's harder to effectively do action, big sprawling levels on a phone like this. So converting it to a different style of game is a very canny move, I think. It's interesting comparing these early Lego games too, because of the platforms they were on. Like, this is one example, but the first two Lego Star Wars games also were released on Game Boy Advance, and they're also quite different to... Into the void with you. They're quite different to the console experience. They're isometric, they're more single-player focused. So like this one, you have a health bar on GBA, and yeah, it's more about exploration, I guess. I'm not sure where those hidden things were. They might be. It might be that old isometric problem that we've had problems with before on this stream, where, for example, if there was, see how there's this gridded path in the middle of this thing, there could be a stud hidden in this tile, or this tile, or this tile, and you wouldn't be able to see it. But if you ran over this, you would collect it. So my guess is that's where they hid the studs in the previous level. Yeah, so what the game is a good reason why I wanted to play it, but also Kathy suggested it. That she, I think, had this on her phone at some point, and remembers it fondly, and she suggested that I include it on a stream, especially because we've been watching these videos by this guy called Flandrew, who does these fun comparisons. Alright, you found R2-D2, now work together to rescue Princess Leia. Switch between characters using the switch button. So he persistently stays in the map as an active character, but we can then swap to him to do certain things. Yeah, so the videos we've been watching from Flandrew recently were comparing every single version of Lego Star Wars by movie. So, like, how does the New Hope section compare between Lego Star Wars 2 on console versus DS versus GBA versus mobile? He briefly covers the mobile, but it's in there. R2-D2 can operate doors and elevators by using the wall sockets. Like so. Ping, one ping only. And we're still missing 3 studs. Now, can I do anything with a shock probe? No, in fact, I've been immobilized and start losing health. Even when R2 is not active, he's under constant threat here by the Stormtrooper and is losing health. So that's actually a pretty dynamic little system between the two characters. Like, the map has a persistent state and enemies will aggro, and yeah, that's pretty cool. I like that. Yeah, so a few things I learned from watching these videos were well, it brought something into focus for me, which is the style of game that Skywalker Saga is very different from the older games. And of course I knew this intuitively, but having it laid out side by side and explained is very helpful. And yeah, he's not very impressed with the Skywalker Saga. There's a lot of just running from place to place, cutscenes, and actual gameplay has been like reduced compared to the original games. So, I can't go upstairs like a Dalek, so I have to take the lift. Yeah, so it's interesting hearing criticisms of it, because there's a lot to like about Skywalker Saga, but on the other hand, it's got its problems. So push that one up, and then... Oh, these are already in place. That's easy. The other thing I learned from the videos was about the DS version of LEGO Star Wars 2. So you might be aware of LEGO Star Wars The Complete Saga, a re-release of the first 2 console LEGO Star Wars games into one. They tweaked a few things along the way. There was a DS game of the same name, which was a close conversion of all 6 episodes to the DS format. Operate elevator socket to move the elevator between floors. Okay, cool. So that's not an automatic one, that's a manual one. Oh, what? I've been caught. Is R2 able to free Luke? Or you can at least distract the stormtrooper. That works. Yeah. Yeah, so you got Complete Saga on DS. But what I didn't really realize until watching these videos was that LEGO Star Wars 2, the original trilogy, had a DS release, which was quite different. What's that for? Yeah, it was quite different in that it didn't as closely follow the console game. It did its own thing, and it's pretty interesting for that reason. It's got its own in-engine cutscenes that are silly. It's got, you know, differently implemented gameplay for the existing levels, if you see what I'm saying. Okay. Can I leave, or do I need R2? Okay, I don't know what that other lift was for then. So, yeah, I was even thinking of maybe streaming the DS game. But a full playthrough is about 5 hours, so, I don't know. We'll see. I'll at least play it, because it's different enough to the Complete Saga on DS that it's interesting. It will give a unique experience. You know, Gibbon, I can't help but read your comment in the voice of the Haybot from Conker's Bad Fur Day. Yeah. I can't remember how the conversation starts. He's like, why did I get stuck here? Do I need to operate an elevator panel? Oh boy, I think I'm boned. So what does this do? That opened that door. Well, what do I do there? I'm stuck. Oh no, I gotta restart. It was somebody told Conker that there was something real neat inside the barn. And then he comes in and he says, oh, I don't see anything neat around here. Unless you count a bunch of guys jumping around sticking a horse poo real neat. Which, of course, it isn't. And then the Haybot says, well, this is pretty neat. and then the doors close. So this is pretty neat, is a thing that the Heybot says, I think. Alright. Well, we can start by opening this door, and then we can operate these over here. Am I wrong? You know I'm right. Okay. Okay, so those doors are linked to the other ones. What does this do? That operates that lift. Oh. That was weird. So, okay. Now we're getting to real puzzle territory. They noticed, but maybe now that I have access to that button, I'll be able to operate that lift. Unless the secret to solving this is to push this block down there. I don't see how that would help, honestly. Let's just check. Oop. I think it's the King Bee who says that there's something real neat in the barn. Because you need to do the King Bee quest to open the barn door. And then I could push this, and that lets R2 out. I wonder if there was a mechanic where you needed to bring both of them to the exit. But there isn't in this version, I guess. That's a really good point, Gibbon. She says that the music is really interesting to her because it's like evocative of original Trilogy music, but isn't any recognizable track from them. And I'm grateful for that because it will mean I won't get copyright strikes. And that there's hints of the Imperial March and various other recognizable tunes. Yeah, that's interesting. That's a good point. And I think, like, the easy option is to just use the music from the movies all the time in a game, right? And that's valid, but a more interesting option is to make new music that is kind of in the style like they've done here. Or if you even want to go as far as making a new orchestral suite for a game like they did with Shadows of the Empire. Okay. Let's deal with the stormtroopers first. Get them out of the way. Oops. Oh, that's not good. Oops. R2 can't cross studded floors. Tricky. Yeah, she says that's both easier and more expensive, depending on how much you're paying your composer. That's true. It would be more expensive. Do you know who composed the Shadows of the Empire stuff? It wasn't John Williams, was it? I can't say I've ever actually heard it, because I've read the novel, I've read the comic, I've read the other mini comic, I've flicked through the RPG source book, but I've never played the game or listened to the soundtrack CD. What's interesting about all those different media streams, that's the same issue that I'm stuck with there. Well, yeah, what's interesting about all those is that they follow different storyline threads. Like the comic is just about Boba Fett's journey through the Shadows of the Empire story. The novel is about, you know, the original Trilogy characters, whereas the game is more focused on Dash Rendar, who is cool. and like a Cockney or whatever. As seen when he has a cameo appearance in Rogue One and he says, "What about me?" Gibbon says the composer was Joel McNeely. Okay. And while he does an admirable go at it, he's no Williams. It's pretty good though. That's cool. Oh, you get studs from destroying wall panels? Or did it drop from the Stormtrooper? Ah, so that's where the hidden studs are. That's why I missed some in previous levels. I should have known. In a Lego game, the rule is you blow everything up. You just bash all the things until they are destroyed. Alright, so finally we can get rid of that stud wall. We can open this path up for R2 to come through. Oh, we need R2 to get to that panel, which means we need to, push this one up and then this one across. That should be all I need. That was some extra blocks. Yeah, that's good. Okay, come along, R2. I believe that Force Unleashed also had new music from memory. Or at least I think of Force Unleashed as a similar kind of project to Shadows of the Empire, with the kind of cross-media blitz that it got. Like, it was a video game first and foremost, but it also had a comic and a novel and a soundtrack and everything. A toy line. I recently got the Lego set from the Force Unleashed. Very rare and expensive these days, very old set. It's so good. It looks so good. The picture on the box actually looks terrible because for some reason they colored the dark gray parts in like a very light gray for the render or whatever it is on the box and on the instructions. So I was looking at it going, this doesn't look very good. But then I get it and I see photos of it in person. I think the yellow panels actually contain studs. So yeah, there we go. That's an indicator. There we go. We cleared out this level. Yeah, but once you see it in person, the Rogue Shadow looks amazing. The minifig for Starkiller is like so generic. They didn't make a custom one at all. So that's kind of a letdown. But in terms of his face, I mean, he's got a custom body sculpt or body print. Yeah, I'm just looking at it now. It's so good. Anyway, yeah. Yeah, Gibbon agrees. Force Unleashed falls into the same category. I like the novel a lot, actually. You know, it's a weird thing. The comic is an adaptation. The comic tying into the Force Unleashed 2... Oh, there's a spawner here. Okay. New troopers are coming from below. You can block the elevators with the Lego blocks. Okay, well, I better find one. And this is the level where we're going to unlock Leia at last. So, what was I saying? Yeah, so the comic adaptation of Force Unleashed 2 is oddly a lot like it's got something in common with Shadows of the Empire in that it focuses on Boba Fett's story as well. Both buttons need to be pressed at the same time. Okay, so we'll do that by bringing multiple characters through here. So we'll rescue Leia. We'll find a block to put on those spawners, I guess. Maybe there isn't one in this level. Now I know about the yellow panels. That's going to help. Alright, so we need to bring R2 all the way around here. So we need to tag team it off when necessary. Yeah, so there's another one on the way because the panel turned into a shaft. Good to know. Ooh, this is a bit action-oriented, isn't it? All cells open. Lift, take me back down. Yeah, but what I like about the novels for Force Unleashed 1 and 2 are they give equal weight to both Starkiller and Juno Eclipse. So she's not much of a character in certain versions of the story, especially in the game of Force Unleashed 2, but in both novels, every chapter trades off between them. So she has an equal protagonist role to Starkiller, which is cool. Alright. You rescued the captured princess. Let Leia handle the shooting from now on. Now fight your way to the Millennium Falcon. Okay, very good. So let's check out her passive combat ability. Yeah, look at that stuff. That's great. Oh. So she's just as good a shot as Luke, or better. I think she rapid fires faster, but we've actually traded off the blaster, so Luke doesn't even have one anymore. Leia has completely taken over the combat role. That's interesting. You'd think we could take a blaster or two from all these stormtroopers, but whatever. Come on. There we go. Come on, helpless Luke. It's the right choice, of course. Leia's obviously much more accomplished with a firearm than little farm boy here. Alright, I'm probably missed some wall panels on the way, but... Oh. See, we can leave her on that switch and shooting, while maybe Luke goes and explores a bit. Oh, still missing one. Oh, it's over there. Alright, I'm gonna go grab it. Oh wait, I see. Since I climbed up here, I can break this glass, and then Luke can push that down, and that can block the spawner. Also, I'm surprised I was just able to hit that stormtrooper, because I was on the higher plane, but I don't know, I guess she aimed down or something. Boom. Yeah. And I could do the same on the other side, but never mind. Let's just leave. Oop. We do need two active characters there to keep the switches down, keep the door open. Cool. Refreshing water. All right. Leia is able to take down enemies while you're controlling other characters. Indeed, she's doing it right now. But we need to destroy these, and then we can move the blocks around. Let's... What does that do? There's probably two of those again. Okay. Alright, so we just need to make a simple bridge. Oh, it's not so simple. Because they're ice blocks, there's ice physics, I forgot. Well, we should still be able to... Now this is a puzzle. Yeah, I should consider the whole thing before I start pushing them in, for I fear I've already messed up. So let me tell you something about the developer of this game, Universomo. They're pretty cool. I believe I've played a Universomo game on stream before, because they were responsible for Guerrilla's Entertainment System, which I played during the Breakout Games stream, which turned into a Guerrillas stream when I realized how many Guerrillas games I could feature from mobile and Flash, especially Flash. So yeah, that was the kind of knockoff retro game console that had games featuring the Guerrillas characters with classic gameplay styles. It was pretty cool. They also, I counted 7 different Star Wars games that they developed. They were specializing in mobile games. Actually, I need to put R2 over here on this lift. Is it a stereotype to say that, like, in Finland, it is natural for them to specialize in mobiles because that's where Nokia is based? Maybe. I solved the puzzle. But that was their bread and butter for sure. And they did it for several years until being acquired by THQ in 2007, which was sadly the beginning of the end. Oh, okay. R2 needs to go over there. In 2009, THQ consolidated their businesses and shut down a lot of companies that they owned that were in the mobile space. In fact, Universomo survived this cull, luckily for them. And so they didn't last much long after that, but they got through the 2009 consolidation and became the primary developer of THQ mobile games at that point. It was only until 2010 that they were then shuttered for good, sadly. Alright, well, how do I get those? Back on the switches, I guess. Yeah. They also did they did a lot of things. So I was looking through, the games they developed. Another one they did was WALL-E, Pixar's WALL-E. For the life of me, I do not remember if I featured the mobile version of WALL-E in my WALL-E stream, where I was primarily focused on the early portions of the game and the Eve sections. I definitely played like both console versions, which are quite different from each other, and the DS version. I think I probably skipped the mobile one, but thinking about it now, I might have skipped it because it didn't have an Eve section. Like, because mobile games are necessarily often simpler, so it probably would have cut those alternate gameplay styles, if I had to guess. Wait, is this the end of the level? Yeah, it really is. The difficulty is getting all the stuff, so I might as well try to get as much as I can. Otherwise I wouldn't be engaging with hardly any of this level at all. Alright, so we got spawners over here. Anyway, Gibbon said, speaking of Nokia, I wish the N-Gage had a bigger library. Don't I know it? Yeah. It's a pretty cool little machine. She says, it's a neat little handheld now that I'm looking into it. A bit ahead of its time, really. Well, the world wasn't ready for a networked handheld that you could download games onto yet. Yeah, wow, that's really interesting. Of course, in a way, like all phones were that way, that you could download games onto them, but the N-Gage, the difference is that it was games focused. Oh, that's on the upper level. We need to stop those spawners if we can. There's a block here. Gibbon also said she's kind of surprised that it got such high-profile stuff as Elder Scrolls and SSX. And Xanadu, of all things. That still baffles me. Yeah, Gibbon spent a lot of money importing a Xanadu game while preparing for her comprehensive article on Xanadu games. Check it out at Medium. It's called now we are here in Xanadu. Yeah, there was a version of Tokyo Xanadu for the N-Gage that was completely different to the main version on whatever console or computer it was on. Again, it's a situation like this where a game is completely reprioritized based on the limitations and strengths of the platform as well. Okay, so that's a block. Break that. How do you actually move a block if it's against a wall like that? I can move that one across. Yeah, okay. Leave her there to deal with stormtroopers. So if I move this, it'll go there, and then I push the other one from below. Oh, Xanadu next, not Tokyo Xanadu, my mistake. Oh, that's not enough. I need one extra block, and it's right here, but I don't know how to move it. There's another one over there. Tricky. I should have moved that one last, actually. Do I have the opportunity to undo that mistake? No, I don't. This is really tricky. But I also skipped that wall panel. And oh, that's the only other one. Okay. Well, let's restart. This is now 100% run. Because just completing the levels is so simple, apparently. And actually doing them properly is doing them completely. Did that make sense? Whatever. Okay, so that room is cleared. Leave Leia here to destroy that guy. Yeah, okay. But actually, we should head in through here first. Yeah, the N-Gage, like, when you were talking about importing Xanadu next, trying to track down a copy and having difficulty with that, and then like wondering about the rest of the library and whether any other games on there were worth buying at the same time to beef it out. I looked it up as well, and there's some cool stuff on there. I think I was in the same boat as you, where there's not a huge amount of stuff that I'm interested in. It's Lego Star Wars 2.
It's so cute. I love it.
Did you get up to the Leia section?
I think so. I think I finished it.
Oh, cool. Well done.
I think so.
Well, it's pretty difficult. This level is incredibly simple if you just go to the exit, but to actually get all the studs, that's the challenge. And I think a lot of levels are going to be like that, maybe.
I probably did not collect every clip.
Also, they call them studs, but they're 1x1 plates. How scandalous is that? Alright.
I mean, to be fair, the 1x1 studs that you usually collect are 1x1 round plates.
Oh.
And those are 1x1 square plates.
Okay. There you go. Straight from the experts. So what's a stud then?
That just describes like that bit on top of the Lego. So there's studs on bricks and studs on plates. There's not studs on tablets.
Wow. So all the Lego games are wrong in how they use the language.
Yes.
That's breaking news for me.
According to, they're wrong according to like official Lego nerds, but it's fine. I don't care. They can keep calling it that.
You did tell me that a lot of Lego pieces have names, but they're all like fan-made names.
And it's not until those pieces turn up on like the individual brick order on lego.com that you actually know what the official Lego name is for some of the parts, and then you're like, well, that's dumb. Also, the colours, a lot of the colours didn't have names for a long time.
So like Leia's hair I would call reddish brown, and Luke's might be like sand or something.
Yeah, something like that. I feel like these pieces, this pixel art is not intensely representing Lego colours.
Yeah.
It's so cute though. I love these pixel art Lego games. It's so beautiful.
The GBA is similar too. But not as good as this one in its looks. Wait, what? Oh, okay. Gibbon's talking about the N-Gage library. There's some neat stuff on there, but not a ton I'm personally interested in owning, she says. Xanadu, SSX, maybe the Red Faction, Tony Hawk, and Tomb Raider ports? The original Bomberman title, perhaps? Oh, they have a long line of sight. There's a pirate-themed tactics game called High Seas, S-E-I-Z-E. That's funny. Good pun. Don't shoot me. Hit this before I get shot. Wait, what? Oh, right. The lift was for me to get over here to open the door. Clever. Where's my missing stud though? Oh, it's in here. Hey you, stop it. That was fun. The level for R2 to shine. High Seas has this is a mobile game look to it. I don't know what it is about mobile games from that era, but they all share some innate aesthetic that lets you tell at a glance that it's a phone game. Yeah. That's a good point. I don't know if I could put my finger on it either, but phone games do have a distinctive charm. Okay. Got some intense character switching puzzles in this game. It's very Lost Vikings style. Nope. Okay, let's fight. It's a bit of auto aim. No! Oof. Close.
Get him!
If a baddie gets too close to you, you get stuck in place. I feel like the whole head popping off thing is in the GBA games as well. Or maybe falling to pieces or something. I realize you have to break the yellow panels to get extra studs. Whoa. Had two music tracks overlapping there for a bit for some reason. Okay. We need Luke's brute strength in here. Leave Leia in front of the spawner. Ooh. Oh. The panel is sometimes yellow. Alright, so bridge here. Oh, but R2 needs to be here. I think part of telling at a glance that it's a phone game is the aspect ratio. This is the most common format for mobile games, this like tall 240 by 320. What's that? I don't know. I would need a calculator.
2 to 3-ish.
2 to 3-ish. 240. Oh yeah, they're multiples of 8. It's 3 to 4-ish actually. Yeah. So,
vertical.
Yeah. Wait. So this is the opposite of 4 to 3. It doesn't. It looks taller than that. Interesting. All right. Yeah, Gibbon was talking more about the sprite work itself, but or maybe the fonts. Now it's going to bother her. Yeah, like the aspect ratio is a giveaway, but if there's other things you're looking at, yeah.
I think there's something to the color where like lots of those phones didn't have very good color, so they had to have very high contrast artwork, whereas something like the GBA, you know what screen you're going for exactly, so you can make artwork specific to that screen.
Could be.
Just a hypothesis.
Oh, I wonder if we can push a block into a character. Like this. Huh? Oh, it doesn't let me, because it'll smash into her and she won't like that. Okay, so it's probably that other block up there that we push down here. We'll leave Leia here for now. I think what we need to do is do this one first. If you walk against a wall or a gap or something, the camera moves in that direction, which can show you a bit ahead. But I think there's 2 blocks here, which sort of implies that you should just do this first, so we'll do that. Gibbon is kind of agreeing with Kathy there. She says that the ZX Spectrum has a very distinct color palette, so could see something similar going on here. Yeah, that's interesting. Comparing it to those platforms is a good call. Kathy is currently designing a pixel art drawing app with a kind of retro macOS interface look. And one of the things she's implementing is limited color palettes that match the styles of old systems. So one of her palettes is the CGA palette, which is a very distinctive palette as well, although extremely limited. What's happening here? Somebody's under attack. Where are they? Oh. A trooper made their way all the way over there. Yeah, CGA is only like magenta and blue, or cyan actually. It's very limited.
It's got 16 colors.
16 colors in total. Thank you. And there's a web-safe palette. I didn't know about web-safe colors until she explained it to me. Designed for Web 1.0, apparently. Alright, but how do I get in there? Oh, I go around the back for that bit. Which means I need to get over here. How do I do that? Oh! Ah, no! Stop it! You jerk. Woof. We need Leia near that spawner. Alright. Oh, can't do stairs. So these are just blocks. That's a gap. I can push this block over Do I need these other blocks for anything else? I do. I need to push this one down. I think this one is okay just going there. And then if I do this, I can go on a secret hunting adventure. Oh, I need another one. Well, now I'm boned. What happens if I push this? That's no good. Okay, I gotta restart. Alright. Let us retrace our steps. Yeah, this game's cute. I like how simple it is compared to the console Lego games. There's no building. It's not really a collectathon in the same way. I think there's more, yeah, troopers. I think the music got stuck. It's kind of repeating the same loop. This might be an emulator issue. You could hear that overlapping music track thing happening again as well. No idea if that was in the original game. That lucky shot hit Luke all the way down there. So rude. Oh. No. Oh, just in time. Alright. Yep, they're attacking my friends. Stop it, you fools. Okay. I'm quite looking forward to Jedi Survivor, the video game. Okay. Right, I pushed that one to the left before, but that was a mistake. Alright. Let's drop Leia off and then take a look at this block puzzle. So we can go around this and then push that left, but I also need to push one of these to the left and then one of them down. Take it all the way first. Load Midna? Okay, so what do I do? Oh, I can just push this left, straight away. Easy peasy. And then this one goes down. Good, good. Do it. So I guess I was wrong about them hiding studs behind the isometric walls. They're just going to be yeah, behind the panels, I guess. Okay. Help me, sis. Deal with this guy. Alright. Two more left. I think they're just at the end here, actually. I forgot to push this one. That'll be the end. Oh, yeah, I wasn't sure about that, but there's no collision between playable characters, which is nice. Oh, I'm missing two studs. They must be in panels somewhere. Yeah, there they are. 1 and 2. Come on. Oops. Luke, you fool. Hopeless. Some hero of the rebellion. He's no Wedge Antilles, that's for sure. Alright. Let's go. We're getting there. We're about 2/3 of the way. You can see that blue dot's the final level. The yellow dot is the prologue. Or, the blue dot might be the prologue. Oh. Oh no. It's like it was playing the theme like multiple times over each other. I guess it worked itself out. Alright, let's ambush these guys. Pow pow, pow pow. In the console game, like the officers, they would take 2 hits to kill, as opposed to stormtroopers 1. I think that's how it worked. They had more health anyway. Here it seems they have just as much health as your average stormtrooper. Which makes more sense. They should actually be weaker than a stormtrooper in terms of durability, because they're not wearing armor. Not that the armor seems to help much. What are these blocks for? So we need... Oh! So I was standing on the bridge, and then I moved R2 off the button. So Luke fell to his death in the chasm below. And the music went weird. So once they're over there, there's no reason to come back. Oh boy. I think the music's getting worse as we progress. Or at least how this micro emulator is handling that. Okay. So we're all safe now. Destroy these barriers. And now we'll consider what to do. Guess we need to build a bridge. Yeah, that's right. And then push these over for R2 to walk along. Buddy, let's go. Which makes this lift available. Oh, but R2 still needs to get in here, so we'll need to bring Luke in to push the blocks out of the way. Okay, so it's permanently active. That's good. Goodbye, block. So what games have you been playing recently, Gibbon? Oh, it's not permanently active. But if I do this, then I can head up. Ah! That was a badly handled combat. Looks like Leia will need to stay here to deal with the spawner. Okay, so we need to build a bridge for R2 to get over there. Luckily there's a lot of stud floors around to help with that. Oh, Gibbon is getting ready for Tears of the Kingdom by preparing to start a new Breath of the Wild file with the DLC from the start, I assume. Oh, okay. Be careful here. Are you going to replay Age of Calamity as well? Okay. Oh, that's awesome. She is going to do that. Good luck. That one might take a while. I think you have 43 days until Tears of the Kingdom. But again, you don't need to play that at launch. I'm not going to. I'll play it. I'm looking forward to it. Oh, the music is really crapping out now. Oh my gosh. It really is getting worse. I'm still deep in Darksiders. I'm nearly finished with 2, which is a lot better than 1. And then I gotta play 3, and I don't know how big that'll be, but the other 2 are quite big, so it'll probably take a while. So this is a Leia focused level. Gonna be a lot of combat. Oh no, the music. The thing is, I'm not sure what happens when if I restart the emulator, if it saves my progress in the game. So I'm going to keep playing. Maybe I'll try backing out to the main menu or something next time I finish a level. That could help. Alright, so what's the deal here? We're going to push those blocks over. Is that... I think Leia is now stuck here. So her part of this level is finished. But how are we going to deal with those guys? Oh, I know. She can go around here and shoot them from over here. Okay. Gibbon says, I don't need to play it at launch, but I'm going to. She also says she was super unimpressed with the Darksiders games. Yeah. Look, I played the twin stick shooter Genesis with my brother, and that was pretty good for what it was. It's like part twin stick, part hack and slash. It was decent. So then I was like, hey, I might as well try the other ones. I had Darksiders 2 for free. Not free. It was in a bundle I got once. It was the only Humble Bundle that ever had international codes for Wii U and 3DS, because they had one that was only North American codes. So I had Darksiders 2 on Wii U, but then there was a sale of them on PS4, and that's obviously going to be a better version than the Wii U version, so I just bought it. I bought 2 and 3, and 1. It was all 3 of them were on sale. Yeah, okay. Do I need R2 for anything else? Doesn't look like it, so he's going to be the Switch Hound. And yeah, I'll say I was very unimpressed with 1, but I'm much more impressed with 2. So I hope 3 continues this trend. Oh, where'd you come from? Alright. So we built a bridge, which means that Leia is actually going to be useful here. I didn't realize these little lights in the floor meant that bridge will be here. Okay. So it's Leia's Rampage Part 2. Okay. Okay. I don't know how many of the games you tried, Gibbon, but if you only tried the first one, the second one improves on it in just countless ways. Oh, we can totally deck stormtroopers with a block. That's amazing. Uh-oh. Well, lucky that bridge disappears gradually. Oh, she tried both the first two. And Well, that's fair. If you didn't get on with 2, then that's perfectly fine. I think they're a bit too edgy for their own good in terms of tone. And Genesis was a little bit better. I was going to quit to the main menu. And now it may be stuck. Genesis kind of got around some tone issues by having Strife as a character who punctures the self-seriousness. Somebody reckons that Darksiders might be more a response to Legacy of Kain than to Zelda itself. Whereas Legacy of Kain definitely has that edgy tone. And that's a really good point, actually. Alright, I think the game has... Oh! The progress bar moved. Oh, thank God. Since I'm here... Oh, wow. I didn't know there was so much option. But 2 seemed fine. Oh. Sorry, I mapped like arrow keys to a joystick and that's not great. Because I've got the directional number keys for movement. Alright, so I'm here in the main menu. It's still having audio issues. I don't know what I can do beyond exiting, and I'm afraid of losing my progress. So I'm just going to keep going. It's now it's a feature of the game, is the weird audio. So just try and enjoy it. Okay. Gibbon says, similar to the Legacy of Kain, which she was writing before I mentioned Legacy of Kain. It was pitched to Gibbon as an edgy Zelda competitor, and also similar to Legacy of Kain. Similarly to Legacy of Kain, it didn't live up to the hype. It was kind of, I don't know, full of itself a bit, like it was trying a bit too hard to be dark and edgy, says Gibbon. And yeah, I would agree with that. Oh no. Had a bit of a stick issue there, but we're okay now. If this gets too bad, I can just turn the volume off for the game in those settings. But it's kind of funny right now. As part of the stealth system, it seems that when you do a laser blast, I was going to say, which is what they call it in the Phantom Menace game. Anyway, yeah. When you do that, all the enemies hear you and get aggroed. Okay. I always remember that one line from Phantom Menace, because player characters have invincibility if you're not controlling them, I believe. So, like, if you accidentally shoot Padme, she'll say, oh, I'm alright, the laser blast just grazed my shoulder. But she says this no matter what the damage source is. And when I realized that, I started firing rocket launchers at her deliberately, because I knew she wouldn't be hurt. And even when it's a rocket launcher that hits her, she still says, I'm alright, the laser blast just grazed my shoulder. They do sometimes call them lasers. The big gun emplacements on ships are turbo lasers, but generally you call them blasters. Alright, so what do we do next? Let's see. Wow, the soundscape is a total mess. Okay. I might be locked out of getting those studs, but maybe I can bring R2 back over there. Apparently I'm the only one who's bothered by the music. Oh well, that's cool. Then I will leave it. The Darksiders series also isn't great with female characters. Hopefully that also changes in the third one, where you play as Fury, the only female horseman of the 4. Don't have high hopes about that. I assume they were all written by the same people. Although, I don't know, the writing's better in 2 than in 1, that's for sure, if you ask me. Alright, so let's interact with that panel before I do anything else to see what it does. Because I've got to move those blocks to get over there. I'm not sure how. So that opens that, okay. So this is a Pokemon boulder pushing thing. Yeah, so it'll be this. Oh! Oh no. It's different to what I thought. These are gaps. I need 2 more here in this position. I don't know if I can do it now. Yeah, that's a good description. Given says the series felt like she was reading a Dark Horse comic that was trying to be the next Spawn. Yeah, totally. So I push this up, but then I need a second one. Oh boy. Nope. Oh, I could do this. Use the studded floor, that's good. Thank goodness. Oh, we're missing a stud. Ooh. Can Leia go up here? Maybe not. Ah, there it is. Oof. All right. Maybe this is the reason it's not on Carby Break, because it just doesn't play well in emulators. I had a lot of different versions of it, and all the ones that I tried in K emulator just failed to load at all. So I guess I'm lucky it works as well as it does in micro emulator. Encoding overloaded. OBS said encoding overloaded, try dropping something, and then it was cut off by the interface. I don't know. I've actually got 0 drop frames through the whole stream, which is great. Maybe the simplicity of the visuals here means that it's not taxing the upload as much. Okay. Oh, combat zone. Oh. Oh, 2 spawners. That will be a good place to leave Leia later then. Okay, Luke's going to go up there to push the blocks. And R2's going to operate that panel, so Leia can stay here. Why is that a lift? What did that do? I'd open this door to push some blocks. And where are we going to put them? We could cover the spawners, but do we need them for puzzle? Oh, I'll push them over here. 1, 2, 3 to get over there, I guess. But that leaves 2 to push onto those spawners. But then there's these spawners. Go away. And a bridge. Oh my gosh, this is getting complicated. Uh-oh. No! Oh, she did it herself. Lovely. Ah. Okay. Let's just go through... Nope, that's a bad idea. Oh no. Oh, there are stormtroopers up there. Oh my gosh. What? Can two people operate a lift? No, apparently not. Oh, it's going back down. It's a one-way lift. Ah, this is getting... Oh, okay, we can go through here. Okay, okay. I'm getting flustered. Wait. Alright, we're back to normal. Oh, really? Alright, let's deal with these spawners. By doing this. Oh, no, this. Ignore me. Oh no, you can't push a block upstairs, of course. But I can push the block from the right. Alright, let's restart. That got out of hand. Maybe I should leave some of these glass walls. I don't know if a trooper blast can break them. Glass. They call them glass. They're trans green. Sure, for transparent. That's one of those Lego fan terms about colors. Alright. What does this button do? It extends that bridge. Oh, but I could just push that block. There's no other purpose for that block, so yeah, I'll do that. And I'll push these two blocks onto those spawners. All good. That's a plan. It's a good way to start this level. Oi, oi, oi. Yeah. And then we don't open that door until we're ready to deal with that officer. So that was the problem last time. We got overwhelmed. Cool. Now we're set. Wait, what? I pushed two of them over here. Oh, yeah, okay. Because there's studs on top of those blocks, so it stopped when it hit that one. That makes sense. All good. All is well. Alright, we need Luke to push these. We need Leia to shoot a guy. And we need R2 to push a button. Everyone has a purpose. Gotta move the glass. I'm just saying, it doesn't look like glass. Right. So now it's block pushing time. We need 3 blocks over there, but there's 5 blocks in total. Why are there so many? And that's the reason the lift is there, because R2 probably needs to go over there, right? Okay. Alright. I know how to do this. The soundscape of this game is becoming a nightmare. I feel like I'm having a fever dream right now, seriously. My brain does weird things sometimes. Alright, now I don't know what's up there. Let's scout at us Luke first. Okay, there's no more hazards. We just need to grab the studs and get the heck out of here. Thank goodness. Gibbon says in chat, she says, watching Star Wars games being played and listening to the music loops and such always makes me nostalgic for the Super Star Wars games. Still wish someone would go back and make entries for the remaining films. That's a great idea. Making new games in that style for the other films would be really cool. I never really quite got on with the Super Star Wars games. I think they're a bit too difficult. The most memorable thing to me was the Mode 7. Like, one of my neighbors had them when I was 7 years old. 8 years old. And it was the Junlin Wastes, like, speeder going through the Jawa zone kind of thing on Tatooine. That really sticks with me for some reason. Probably because I hadn't had like 3D effect games much at that point yet. But yeah, like the fidelity of the games and how they look was very strong. Anyway, she says, the world needs Super Phantom Menace, Super Attack the Clones, Super Revenge of the Sith, Super Force Awakens, Super Last Jedi, Super Rise of Skywalker, and heck, Super Rogue One, Super Solo, Super Ewok Adventure, Super Battle for Endor, Super Shadows of the Empire, Super Force Unleashed, and Super Willow. Oh, and Super Dragon Slayer. Gibbon agrees that the games are really difficult, but there are level select cheats. Okay, I didn't know about that. Are there invincibility cheats so you can play the levels that there are without, like, just getting owned again and again? No, no! Ugh. There we go. No! That's very rude. We can't really deal with those spawners permanently. Oh, but I can just avoid that area now that I've cleared it out. Yeah, okay, that works. There's tons of other cheats as well, says Gibbon. I can't remember if there's invincibility, but if I recall correctly, there's a start with which weapon power-ups you want cheat. Ah, well that would help at least. You could get power-ups to make your saber longer. No, your saber was your health bar. So you can make that longer, and etc. Okay. And there were like power-up cheats and better projectile weapons. Yeah, because Luke had a lightsaber, but the main combat was like the guns, and you could boost your gun power extremely. Get all kinds of multi-shots and stuff. This is all from memory. I haven't really revisited the games in a while. So what are these blocks for? They've got to be for something. Oh, can I shut this door now? That shuts all doors. All doors everywhere. That's okay. That's probably a good idea once Leia gets through there. Oh, but those blocks could stop those spawners, right? Well, I could push one down, but what about the other one? Oh, that goes over here and then... Oh boy, alright. Well, let's do that. Don't shoot me. Yes, Leia's taking care of it. She's TCB. Taking care of beeswax. Alright, might as well just do this. That only leaves one, and we're going to stop that door anyway, so I don't know why I did that. Oi! There we go. Oh, but now I'm too stuck. Oh no! I didn't know that was possible, but that's unfortunate. Okay, this time we're doing this right. Yeah, seeing him get crushed in that door, that was heartbreaking. Which of the Super games was your favorite, Gibbon? Didn't they re-release them on modern platforms? I wonder what they changed. If anything. Return of the Jedi was her favorite. Yeah, I recall them coming out on like PS4 and stuff. Maybe? Blep. Okay. So R2 should be able to sneak through that door before it closes. If I do it right. But just in case. I'll stop one of them at least. Alright. No! Okay, so you can't just go through. Just touching the moving hitbox of the door instantly flattens you. That's sad. The music, oh my gosh. It's so stupid. Huh? Like, it's funny, but it's kind of weird as well. Anyway, whatever. Alright. I think I didn't push this all the way across last time, so now we're safer. Yeah, it's not safe to shut that door again. But we need to put R2 in a safe place. Because he needs to shut the doors and then not die while Luke and Leia are doing other stuff over there. Right? No, because he's going over here. Never mind. Oh! Wait a minute. Okay, so I've activated that, then I go back with R2. Oof, that was almost disastrous. Okay, cool. So that'll be the exit. But first, we're going on a stud adventure. What? Really? Apparently a bunch of the classic Star Wars games did get re-released on modern consoles a few years back. Yeah, the 3D era ones like Episode 1 Racer and Jedi Starfighter, Dark Forces, they've all been re-released. But it seems that the Super Star Wars was not among them from what I can tell, says Gibbon. Huh. Well, what am I thinking of then? I'm sure I watched like a Let's Player play them and they launched them from like a modern game console interface, right? I think that was the final level, because what we're on now is the epilogue. I might as well go back and get all those studs that I missed. What's the time? Yeah, I'll do that. But let's watch the epilogue first. Yeah, I guess they were emulating. Yeah, maybe. You can emulate on a PS4? What? Delicious water. The best of beverages. Still unsurpassed in human history. It's crazy to think, but it's true. Yeah, the loads are taking longer as well. This is an inconsistent system for playing the game. Pew 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 pew. Where's Han? You have escaped and Chewie and 3PO. You have escaped the Death Star with your life and the plans that can help restore freedom to the galaxy. Ooh. What's this now? Are they going to have a unique sprite just for the epilogue cutscene? They are. Look at this guy. Oh yeah. Chibi Vader. Because I feel like the proportions of the characters in this game are actually more squat than actual Lego minifigs are, right? Oh yeah, look at these Finnish names. They're so cool. Finnish is notoriously a difficult language to learn. Even for other Scandinavians, it's very different from Danish and Swedish and Norwegian. And Icelandic, let's not leave them out. Oh, Hakanen is a Finnish name. They pronounce Harkonnen differently in the different movie adaptations of Dune, so I'm not sure which is more correct. I think the music was supposed to sound a little bit more majestic there. Okay. Ta-da! Alright, I'm going to go back, get the rest of the studs I missed, and then I'm not going to play in mirror mode, but I'm going to see what mirror mode does, but only after I've completed all the other ones. Okay. Turning this into a 100% run halfway through. Consider turning down video... OBS. Alright. 26. And we know about the wall panels now. And the music is not behaving itself. Oh well. Pew 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 pew. Yeah, so it definitely gets more puzzly when you unlock the other characters and you have to use their abilities in tandem. Pretty interesting game. It almost changes the genres as you progress. Well, it's more correct to say that it has a mix of genres that shift as you progress. Yeah, that was the good thing about this mobile ecosystem. They just stopped making little licensed titles like this, as Gibbon puts it. Like, do you know how many separate games there were using the Phantom Menace license? Maybe too many. On all sorts of platforms. Oh, I missed. Oh, I missed. Nowadays you just get, like, gacha games that don't last too long. There are Star Wars mobile games. There was one that was released on Apple Arcade a little bit ago, but I tried it out. It was a bit grindy, though. And well, there's two, actually, Lego Star Wars games that have been released on Apple Arcade. One was the grindy one, and one was a PvP multiplayer battle arena one, which I could not be less interested in. Not even battle arena, like a turn-based strategy thing or whatever. Oh, pushing the block collected the studs, or did it destroy the studs? I think it collected them, because we're at 18 now. That's good. Yeah, I agree with that, Gibbon. Touchscreen phones killed the tie-in game industry because suddenly phones didn't have buttons. Yeah, Gibbon says she doesn't like the current Star Wars mobile games. Agreed. But Gibbon says that's more down to Disney's weird keeping of canon and not allowing mobile titles to have a plot or anything. I saw some like ads or promotion for one recently where the cast, it was another like probably multiplayer like stupid thing, always online crap. But the cast was all like OCs. They'd made new characters for that, including one that looked like a robot Jedi, or so a droid Jedi, or at least they had a cloak and a lightsaber. It probably goes to great lengths to establish that it's not a real Jedi droid, which do exist, at least in the expanded universe. But yeah, I was sort of interested in the new characters in that one. Ooh. Gibbon has ordered a cheap refurbished iPad to run hurdy-gurdy software. Okay, you're going to need to tell me more about that. But does that mean that I'll be able to do Apple Arcade stuff? It depends how old it is. All Apple devices currently can run Apple Arcade. Oh, a synth Gertie. That's amazing. That sounds really cool. Yeah, but not... There's like age limitations on what can run Apple Arcade. I don't know what the limitations are, but yeah, if it's a newer iPad, you will be able to, and you'll be able to connect a controller to it and everything. So it's pretty cool. But yeah, it depends how old the thing is. And I don't know how new it needs to be, but hopefully that information is available somewhere. The iPad is only a couple years old. I think you should be good then. Alright. Uh-oh. We're starting to have, like, gameplay hitches. Not just music problems. And long loading screens. So maybe I'm better off trying out mirror mode now before the game completely wets the bed. Wait, what am I doing? Oh boy. It's getting worse. No, stop. Quit game. Yes. Oh god. It's really collapsing on itself now. We're witnessing the breakdown of reality in real time. As the singularity opens in the Earth's core. No, it's more fundamental than that. Like, the physical laws of the universe are starting to bend and warp. reality and fantasy are becoming mixed. Don't trust your senses. Okay, so it was in options, it said mirror mode. Ah! No, stop. It's being weird. Okay. Options. Mirror. Oh, you do need to get all awards from all levels before it even unlocks. Okay, I thought I could turn it on for the levels for which I had gotten the award, but no. Oh, what is it doing? Okay. Well, until the game decides to destroy itself and everything around it, I will continue. Yeah, so Apple Arcade, by the way, it's a subscription service. It costs $8 Australian a month. But where we've got other Apple devices and we have like a plan that gets us backups and music and a lot of other stuff as well bundled together. I do use Apple Arcade from time to time, but I tend to play a game and then finish it, so I haven't used it in a while. But they are always adding new stuff to it, which is really cool. And new indie games sometimes get released on there at the same time or even before being released on the platforms. So yeah, it's really good, I think. That's how I first played Sayonara Wild Hearts. And What the Golf was really cool too. I played on there. There's even some exclusives like Rayman Mini. And others, I'm sure. Pocket Knight Diggy Dungeon or whatever. The Diggy one, the one with the digging, that's on there. I haven't got around to it yet. Yeah. Speaking of phone emulation, says Gibbon, you know what really sucks? The lack of proper Japanese mobile game preservation. Absolutely. There are so many games that were on Japanese mobile services like iMode and whatever that are completely lost. The only way to get them is to like buy an old phone that had them installed. And that is really unfortunate. It's just terrible for game history. I know some people are working to preserve them in some way, but it's a complex process. And just not possible for everything that was ever released there. Gibbon says she's still mad that she never got to experience Final Fantasy Tactics S or Before Crisis FF7. Yeah, Castaways. That's the one I was talking about that's a bit grindy. So there are two original LEGO Star Wars games on Apple Arcade. One is LEGO Star Wars Battles and one is Castaways. Castaways was interesting in that it also focused on like OC characters. It had a new setting. You make your own character to go in that world and like exist there. And it's pretty decent for a little while. So give it a try. If you're subscribing to Apple Arcade anyway, you've got nothing to lose to try downloading it and trying it out. Oh, The Pathless. I played that on Apple Arcade too. So these are like full price indie games. that you get in the subscription. Oh no, I just realized I sound like a Game Pass shill. Alright, I'll stop talking about the value proposition because it's pointless. Alright. Oh my gosh, this is really getting bad. But I'm so close to getting all those awards. And then I will have mirror mode unlocked, and I'll experience the glory of a reverse world. Alright, so this is the bridge level. This was quite simple if I recall. Oh man. Okay. Do this first. I like these earlier levels where they didn't have spawners. The spawners really keep the pressure on you with the combat being constant. Alright, so I need to go back over there. I like that it has the switching between characters. That's part of the Lego console games. Of course, those have the option of multiplayer co-op, which this doesn't. Although when I was reading about Lego Star Wars 2 on DS, the kind of unique version that I was telling you about that's like, it stands out from the console versions because of its unique content. That has multiplayer. You can link two DS systems together wirelessly to play with a friend, and I don't know if you could do that on Complete Saga. At least I never did. It's probably possible. I don't know. I don't know for sure, but I know for sure that the original release of 2 does have that feature, which is nice. Okay, 2 more levels. If you're getting an iPad and you're interested in Lego Star Wars games, there's some older ones too. There's Microfighters, which is just really a temple run kind of thing. There's Yoda Chronicles, which was sort of a real-time strategy thing. But then they made new Yoda Chronicles, and both of those were also the names of web series for Lego animated shows, right? But the games, the new Yoda Chronicles game is like a minigame collection with different things that you do. But notably, it has the only playable appearance of Rusty, the... what is he, a Thorian? Or is he a Calamari? He's a Ithorian, I think. But he's like this Jedi character that's exclusive to the Lego, like, Star Wars media. But then he gets like a starring role in one of these mini games, which I just think is kind of funny. He's a joke character in the show itself because he just kind of pops up and people are like, "Who are you?" But you can get Lego Star Wars The Complete Saga on iOS, and it's a port of the console game that they did years later, when like phone technology had caught up to like PS3 technology or whatever. I haven't played that version. I guess it's probably fine. I don't know. When I first saw it, I was like, oh cool, they ported the DS game. But To be fair, the DS game is a pretty close approximation of the console game when it comes to the complete saga. Yeah. I wonder if they did any Clone Wars mobile stuff. I don't think they did like a mobile version of Lego Star Wars Clone Wars. There is a Clone Wars mobile game that Universomo did. Oh, that's what I was going to do. I had a list of Universomo games. So they did Star Wars Battle Above Coruscant, which is like a little sequence lifted out of Episode 3. Lego Star Wars 1, which again is out of Episode 3. Lego Star Wars 2, which I am playing now and hoping it doesn't crash completely. The Force Unleashed game, which I played on a stream before, you use the like circular arrangement of the numpad buttons to do different inputs to react to things. Star Wars The Clone Wars, which, what is that one? There's a Republic Commando game tying into the Halo clone console game. I'm not sure what this one is. And Star Wars Cantina, I don't know what that is either, but interestingly, they also did the other version of The Force Unleashed, the one that I've never been able to play because it was released on early iPhones, and then delisted at some point, while also being released for the N-Gage service. We were talking about the N-Gage before, but the name was reused by Nokia. It was first a device that they made, a mobile phone that's focused on playing games, but they also had the N-Gage service, which was years after the N-Gage device was no longer being produced. It was like a game delivery platform for smartphone devices or something. I don't really understand it, but I know that there was a port of the Force Unleashed game to it, whatever it is. The gameplay of it's actually pretty similar to the earlier Force Unleashed thing that used the keypads to do patterns, only this time you use touchscreens to draw patterns instead. Come on, buddy. Now this was a trap. I think if we have R2 up here, we'll be able to operate that lift. So that's good. Although, if I'd set this up properly, we wouldn't need to operate the lift, because R2 could make it to the end of the level by going over there, but that's okay. We'll just get Luke to do it. Luke S. See, I could have shortcut that by pushing this, and then R2 would have a way out. Yeah. Universomo's final game was Beat City in 2010, which was actually released on the DS, so they were trying to diversify at this point away from mobile phone games. But it wasn't enough. They didn't survive, sadly. But yeah, they have some cool things here on their catalog. The De Blob game for phones. They did the Destroy All Humans Java phone game. 2 of them, apparently. Maybe even 3? This isn't a complete list. Alright, one more level. Will the game hold out long enough to get us through this? 17 of 18. If only I'd been bothered. I would save myself some trouble right now. Trouble it is. Well, level 8, huh? Good times. Okay. Gibbon keeps coming up disappointed in Moby games. Yeah. They don't have an entry on Exaform, and I was trying to see the development credits. Another place I sometimes turn to for developer information is GDRI, Game Developers Research Institute. But they don't have like listings for games. They have listings for developers and then a list of games that they made. They also don't have listings for individuals, unfortunately, that I could tell. But you might try there. But you won't. You might not get a list of people who worked on it. Yeah, the Moby Games thing. Gibbon was waiting very long time, months, perhaps years, for them to implement a change to Lufia, the Ruins of Lore. And then every now and then going back and checking, and like the change had not been implemented. And she complained about it to me one day, and I said, well, how about I also add that change, and then the pressure of multiple people might get them to finally do it. And then it only took a couple of weeks or something, and then they added Atelier Double as the developer of Ruins of Lore. They didn't remove Neverland from the developer slot, so now there's 2 listed developers, which is incorrect. It was just Atelier Double, but you do what you can. Yeah, it took a week. Yeah, says Gibbon. Yeah, it didn't take long. I don't know. They're a bit of a mess over there. Since they got acquired, I think it's gotten worse, and also the interface has gotten a lot worse. But the information is still there. Poor Moby Games. So who's Exaform, or what is Exaform? Since this screen's not doing anything, I might as well look it up myself as well. Exaform. Oh, there's a HD101 article about it. That's nice. It does credit a character illustrator here. Oh wow, this is interesting. Developer Emotion / Bandai Visual. PlayStation 1999. Character artwork by illustrator Seiji Tada. Wait, why are there so many pictures of toilets in this article? Okay, it's obscure even in Japan, but one of the few things anyone really remembers about it is the curious number and variety of toilets, each given their own special tiny rooms. It's particularly curious touch, given the sparse population of the post-apocalyptic landscape. Interesting. So what kind of game is this? Gibbon said, Exaform is a really obscure PlayStation 1 TRPG that got pointed at by HD101, saying that its systems are very similar to Energy Breaker. So Gibbon wanted to look up more info, and there just isn't any. That's sad. Ah, the Leia rescue level. This is where the spawners start coming in. So we will be able to get over there and push that block down and block the spawner, which will give us a chance to hunt for that last stud, I guess. But it's probably just in this panel over here, right? Yeah, okay. So let's block the spawners right now. Oh, there's a few more panels. I guess, yeah, I don't know why I missed whatever it was. Oh man, the Nightmare Zone is back. Yeah, Energy Breaker is pretty cool. That's been on my list of to stream games forever. It's just not a genre that I'm super into, so yeah. It's not a high priority, but I do really like Lufia. Energy Breaker is by the Lufia devs and is like a spin-off of Lufia, basically. There's Lufia elements in it. It's a tactical RPG on the Super Nintendo. Super Famicom, actually. Can I turn off the music? I could, but at this point I'm committed. We're so close. Although I do wonder if the gameplay will improve if, like, the music is causing issues. Volume off. Select. I turned volume off and it's still going. It made no difference. Yes, it is bothering me, but part of being a streamer is suffering for the enjoyment of the audience, you see. And OBS keeps complaining at me. I've got to expand this window so I can see that error message. Oh. Alright. Gonna hit that button. Then we're gonna get some studs. Not gonna miss any this time. Open the doors right now. Oh yeah. Alright, Leia is free. Okay. 18. Oh, maybe turning off the volume did fix it. It just took a while for the loops to finish. It's still having gameplay hitches though. Yeah, I think the audio is gone. Blessed. Consider turning down video settings or using a faster encoding something. Okay. You know what? I feel weird talking over a silent game. So I'm going to turn it back on. I'm going to do it. At level 1 this time. Because it did not improve performance. Okay. R2, you got to help us out here. Ah! It's back, it's back. Our old friend. The MIDI beats. There we go. I don't know which one I missed last time, but here it is. The end. All awards gotten. Maybe for the first time ever. At least for the first time recorded on the internet as far as I can tell. Only found small samples of footage of this. So a full playthrough is perhaps unprecedented in the history of video recording on the internet. Pretty cool. Congratulations! You have earned all the Rebel Alliance awards. You can now replay the game with mirrored levels. Well, let's try out level 9 in mirrored mode. I'm not going to replay the whole game in mirrored mode. That would be absurd. Okay, so mirror is on, I guess, because I turned it on earlier, but it wasn't available, but it's on. Or maybe getting them turns it on by default. Anyway, it's on is the important thing. So, play. Oh. Play. Yes. Select. Okay. Mirror mode is on. What's it going to do? I wonder. I do wonder. I wonder if it's anything more than just flipping the level. We'll see. Oh, great. A loading screen. So I'm reading this book called Andor by Heather Jarman. It's a Star Trek Deep Space Nine spin-off. Because I got really into Andorians, but like, Andorians are an extremely underserved species in the Star Trek body of work. Probably because the excessive amount of makeup and prosthetics involved are debilitating to production. Famously, one of the producers of TNG was very much against Andorians and didn't want any of them on the show because of the antennas. They were like, we don't do antennas, because they thought it was too silly or something. But I resent that. I tried out Star Trek Online for a little bit, and the character I made was an Andorian. I think they're pretty cool. That's one of the redeeming qualities of Enterprise, is the Andorian content. There's an arc set on there when they go and interact with the Enar, and Shran is a recurring guest character played by the venerable Jeffrey Combs, Star Trek royalty, who, of course, is the actor behind Weyoun, among others, like Brunt. I guess those are the most famous ones. I know Gibbon played Star Trek Online a little bit. And your character was an XB, I believe, from memory. That's what they call them in the Picard show. They didn't have that name for them when Online was out. So what do they call them? Reclaimed Borg drone or something? Like an X-Borg. They were a premium character. There were some characters that you had to pay additional fees for, like a joined Trill. Wait, what level is this? Oh, it put me in level 9, that's right. I wanted to compare it to the one I just did, but it had moved to the next one. So now we have to delve back into our memories. Damn, that really sucks. I think I just have to quit, because I don't remember this level. It was ages ago when I played this one. Alright. Quit. Select. Yes. Whoop, sorry. We're going to have to sit through another loading screen. Liberated Borg. That's a much better way of putting it. Oh, Gibbon can't even find an ISO dump of Exaform. Yikes. It's real obscure. The feature on Hardcore Gaming 101 under which the article was published was Japanese gaming obscurities, which is a specialty of theirs. I think Kurt Collada writes all those ones himself. I missed some comments here. Excellent music on the cellular telephone, indeed. It was better before. Apparently there was a Legacy of Kain comic, but not by Dark Horse. Have I ever played Dark Forces? Not the original, but on stream I did play Dark Forces... No, hang on. Dark Forces 2, Jedi Knight, Jedi Knight 2, DLC pack for, or expansion pack for Jedi Knight 2 called Mysteries of the Sith. That's what I played. Because it stars Mara Jade, one of my favorite expanded universe characters. I think she's pretty cool. Although I don't like the Timothy Zahn books, personally. Alright. We're going to play level 8, actually. No. Down. No, up. What? Down? Wait, up? What's going on? Alright, I'll cycle through them all then. That's fine. But yeah, it was too obtuse for me. Like the levels are really complicated, and they have like objectives that are difficult to grasp. So I didn't do very well with that game. Yeah, you can go back through the archives, I guess, if you want to see me fumble around in a first-person shooter. I cheated a lot to skip levels. All right, I'm gonna have to call it after this. I'm gonna play through level 8 in mirrored mode, and that'll be the end of the stream. Yeah, stuff. Do 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 do. Oh gosh. I want to try and play some of Gibbon's games on stream at some point. I might do that next week if I can get my act together. But this stream was pretty spur of the moment. I hadn't really prepared in the intervening week. I don't know what I was doing, but I guess maybe I just wasn't feeling well. Blah, blah, blah. You have fun with that, says Gibbon. I really want to try that Picross game that you worked on, if nothing else. The easiest ones to get a hold of will be your old student projects. Well, aren't they hosted somewhere? Am I wrong about that? Well, I will have to do my research. In theory. In theory, they're hosted somewhere. We'll see. Given says she's never actually checked. Well, I'll see what I can do. Otherwise, I'll play, I don't know, Lego Star Wars DS, maybe. The loading screens are getting longer. At some point it'll be more loading screen than game if I continue. But I'm definitely stopping after this. Okay, here it comes. Whoa! It's like backwards or something, dude. What the heck? Can you believe it? Can you even imagine the consequences of flipping a level on a horizontal plane? Imagine. Just picture it in your mind, and now open your eyes and look, because it's happening in reality. While reality still lasts, that is. It might not be around for much longer. Reality, I mean. Gibbon says, the school certainly has copies, since we had to turn in mastered CDs of each project. But I don't know if mine are actually hosted on an internet archive somewhere. Oh boy. Okay. Well, would you be open to having a look in your own files and sending me anything if necessary? I don't want to put too much, you know, bother onto you. I will check first before requiring that. Oh my god, this is... What's wrong with this game? Oh boy. Alright, we need R2 to open that door. So... let's start. Yeah, I know I'm the one who turned the sound on. I wanted this. I asked for this and I received it, and that's... I'm accepting the consequences of my actions. But it's not just the sound, it's the way the game just pauses every now and then. Just like takes a break. Like, come on, game. What am I paying you for? Leia's here. It's an assault on the senses. Ah. But I made my bed and I'm lying in it. And then when I'm done, I'm gonna actually go make my bed in real life. But probably not lie in it, because that would be admitting defeat. Alright, so I need to bring Luke over here. Oh no! Problems are happening! Not problems, they're the worst kind of problem. I really should have stopped those spawners first, hey? I didn't learn my lesson. Let's stop them now. In this Nightmare Zone version of the Death Star. It is no longer the Death Star. It is now the Insanity Star. It's like the Bloodborne version of Star Wars. Beasts all over the shop. You'll be one of them soon. Whoa, hey, what? I didn't want that. I almost walked Luke right into that closing door. He would have been crushed like a grape between the mighty thighs of a winemaker. That's how it works, right? A vintner, I should say. Yes, crush them. Crush them to death. Like a flimsy grape. Yes, get graped. That's right. Very good. Woo! Okay. Now that we're all together, we can stand on those buttons and escape this nightmare. Well, I hope you've all enjoyed LEGO Star Wars 2 for Java Mobile Edition. I hope there's a better way to play this at some point. It might just be a matter of picking the right file. You get so many files out of those file sites. And some of them are a bit dodgy, some of them are like hacked in various ways. Maybe that's the problem. But there's also inconsistencies with the version of the game you're playing, the version of the phone that the emulator is like simulating. The mobile phone emulation sphere is full of problems. That's why Carvey Break is good. They've pre-sorted a lot of stuff for you. It's just unfortunate that this isn't on Carvey Break. Which brings this stream to a close. Let's leave this place and never speak of this again. Lego Star Wars 2, a decent little puzzle game on mobile phone by Universomo. It's set entirely in the Death Star. Wait, what? Oh, it's like part of the problem maybe is the memory buffer audio buffer is full of files and they're playing out or something. I don't understand how this works, but remember how I changed the setting and it took a while to like kick in? Now I've actually shut the game down and it's taking a while for the sounds to play out. Yeah. Okay. Well, that probably had something to do with the game performance as well, if it like the audio memory was leaking in some way. Cool. Well, that's the end. Thanks for joining me. It's been an interesting experience. I feel enriched. Well, if not enriched, at least how you say disturbed. All right. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching and have a good one. Farewell.